Welcome back to Be Blessed Game Studios. My name's Gwen and this is MOENTO, our newest development project. In today's video I'm gonna show you how to create a structure using MOENTO. Not only does MOENTO provide an easy to use tool for developers, it can also be used to give the fans a tool to submit the builds to the developer's game. This extremely accelerates the time it takes to populate the game world with unique structures which the player can explore. MOENTO consists out of three basic modules: the structures, the landscapes and the environments. The first of these three modules, the structures, will soon be released, so keep an eye out for that. Alright, our first step will be to create a new structure. Then we need to select which style set we want to use. In my case, I'm gonna use the Polygon Fantasy Kingdom one. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and then create a new structure. Now we are in the structure editor. The structure editor is separated into three different editing modes: wireframe, panels and parts. Using the wireframe mode, we can shape the blueprint of our floors just like this. Using the plus button we can create new floors, and using the minus button we can delete them again. When we are satisfied with our wireframe, we can go over to the panel mode. In panel mode we can now replace these panels. The panels are very versatile. You can use them to create windows, doors, or even the roof. In this mode, there are not only the panels, there are also the attachments of each panel. You can toggle them by using the corresponding buttons. Just the same as the panels, attachments can also be replaced with other models if it's desired. Sometimes it can be needed to flip a panel. If it is, for example, placed like this, you can do that by using the mirror button. The panels can also be cut, just like this. This panel is already cut vertically. In order to create a fence, we are now gonna cut it horizontally too, so that we can select the fence and hide the upper panel. As the door is placed behind this panel, we're gonna hide this panel too. We can either replace it with this null panel or use the eraser in order to erase it. It does exactly the same. Let's detail this build now. Sometimes these null panels can also be in the way. You can use this Hide Null Panels button in order to hide them, so they are not in your sight. Now we have a little problem here. We already used this panel here in order to create the roof, but we also want to close it off. We can do this by making a two sides panel and then replacing the second spawned panel with the close off panel. One of the most used tools is the pipette tool. It allows us to either just copy an attachment or even complete panels. With this I can just copy this panel attachment I have below to each panel without affecting the panel itself. The parts allow us to detail our builds even more. We can use this floor selection to hide the above floors. This also works in the other editing modes. And then we can start to decorate our house. To place a part, we just drag it into the view. And then we can either use these handles to rotate it or use the buttons here. This button here resets the rotation and this here deletes it. Sometimes it can be handy to use a grid in order to place the parts. And these buttons do exactly that. You can increase your inventory by clicking this button, so you can see more parts at once. If you can't find the desired part, just search for it in the search bar. Let me now detail this build a little bit more. At all time you also have the ability to go back to the other editing modes, for example in the panel mode, and add a doorway and a wall here. Using the first person view, you can get a closer look at everything and see if it would look good for a player. With all that done, we can now show our topmost layer again and save the structure. And here we go. We now see that it has appeared in the Load Structure screen. And with all that being said, thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, have a nice day and be blessed.